In this world, strength isn't given, it's earned. To become unbreakable, you must embrace the trials that come your way and forge yourself into someone who cannot be shaken no matter what life throws at you. Hardship isn't the enemy. It's the fire that tempers steel, the pressure that creates diamonds. Every failure, every setback, every heartbreak is an opportunity to grow stronger. Stop running from discomfort. Face it head on. Understand that every moment of struggle is molding you into someone capable of withstanding anything. The stronger you become through adversity, the less power anything else has to break you. Discipline is your foundation. Without it, ambition is meaningless. There will be days when motivation fades, when the spark to push forward feels like a distant memory. That's when discipline steps in. Discipline means showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It's doing the hard things when no one is watching, laying brick after brick until your fortress is unshakable. Wake up early, focus on your goals, train your mind and body, and work on your craft until it's second nature. Success isn't a mystery, it's the result of consistent effort over time. You must take complete ownership of your life. Look in the mirror and realize that where you are today is the result of every choice you've made. It's not the fault of your parents, your boss, or society. Excuses are for the weak. Accountability, on the other hand, is the mark of someone unbreakable. When you fail, own it. When you succeed, own that too. Understand that no one is coming to save you, and that's okay because you don't need saving. Your mind is the greatest weapon you'll ever wield. A strong mind doesn't flinch under pressure. It doesn't crumble in the face of fear. It thrives in chaos and remains calm in storms. You strengthen your mind the same way you strengthen your body, by pushing it to its limits. Read, learn, challenge yourself. Every time you resist giving in to doubt or fear, you grow stronger. And when your mind is unshakable, the world bends to your will. Ambition is the fuel that drives greatness. Stop settling for mediocrity. Stop thinking that good enough is acceptable. Good enough is the enemy of exceptional. Dream bigger, work harder, and aim higher. Chase your goals with a ferocity that leaves no room for complacency. Understand that ambition isn't greed, it's the refusal to stagnate. Emotions are powerful tools, only if you control them. Too many people are slaves to their feelings, allowing anger, fear, or sadness to dictate their actions. That's weakness. To become unbreakable, you must master your emotions, stay calm under pressure, remain steady in the face of chaos, and act with clarity and purpose. A man or woman who can control their emotions is unstoppable. Surround yourself with strength. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. If your circle isn't inspiring you, challenging you, and holding you accountable, then you're in the wrong circle. Seek out individuals who push you to be better, who have achieved what you want, and who aren't afraid to call you out when you're slacking. Above all, act. Overthinking is the graveyard of opportunity. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, none of it matters. What matters is action. Bold, fearless, decisive action. Those who hesitate are left behind. But those who move forward, even when they're unsure, are the ones who change their lives and the world around them. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to act despite it. Becoming unbreakable isn't a goal, it's a process. It's a daily commitment to discipline, resilience, relentless pursuit of excellence. You build it moment by moment, choice by choice, and step by step. There are no shortcuts, no excuses. You either do the work or you don't. But when you do, you'll find that nothing in this world can shake you. Go out there and show life that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in this life, the ability to become unbreakable is not an inherent trait, but a cultivated skill, a discipline, and a way of living. To rise above the challenges, to become the kind of person who cannot be shaken, you must embrace the very trials that most people run from. Hardship is not something to fear or avoid. It is the crucible in which greatness is forged. Every setback, every failure, every heartbreak is a lesson in resilience, a step forward in your evolution. Instead of resenting discomfort, learn to welcome it. Every time you face adversity head on, you emerge stronger, tougher, and more capable. When you stop fearing the storm, you realize that the storm is what makes you unbreakable. Discipline is the cornerstone of every strong individual. Without discipline, ambition is nothing more than a fleeting thought, a wish, or a dream that will never materialize. There will be days when motivation deserts you, when the fire inside you dims, the path ahead seems impossible. These are the moments that separate the strong from the weak. Discipline is what ensures that you keep going even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early, training your body and mind, and staying focused on your mission no matter how hard it gets. Success isn't about talent or luck. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work. Your habits so strong that they become second nature. Build a routine that protects you from distractions and excuses. With discipline, you don't need motivation because your habits will carry you through. Accountability is another pillar of unshakable strength. There's one thing that separates the truly powerful from everyone else. It's the refusal to make excuses. Look around you. How many people blame their circumstances, their upbringing, or the people around them for their lack of progress? That's weakness. The truth is, your life is your responsibility. Every success you achieve is yours. Every failure is yours too. Own it all. Excuses might make you feel better in the short term, but they rob you of the power to change your situation. When you take full accountability for everything in your life, you take control. And when you're in control, nothing can break you. The mind is the most powerful weapon you possess, but only if you train it to serve you. A weak mind gives in to fear, doubt, and uncertainty. A strong mind is a fortress, impervious to external attacks. Mental toughness is built through constant challenge and growth. Read books that push your thinking. Face fears that make you uncomfortable. Push yourself past the limits you thought you had. Every time you resist giving in to doubt or fear, you grow stronger. A resilient mind is the foundation of an unshakable life because it allows you to see challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities to rise. Ambition is the engine that drives greatness. Without it, you're simply drifting, living a life of mediocrity. Stop accepting good enough as your standard. Good enough is a trap. It's a lie that keeps people comfortable and complacent. If you want to be unbreakable, you need to demand more from yourself. Dream big. Don't stop there. Chase those dreams with relentless energy. Push harder, work smarter, refuse to settle. Ambition is not greed. It's the pursuit of your full potential. It's the understanding that you are capable of so much more than you've been told. Emotions are powerful forces. They can be your greatest enemy if left unchecked. Too many people let their emotions dictate their actions, and that's why they fail. To become unbreakable, you must master your emotions. Feel them, but don't let them control you. Stay calm under pressure. Think clearly when others panic. You can act with clarity and purpose, even in the most chaotic situations. You become a force to be reckoned with. Emotional control is not weakness. It's strength in its highest form. Your environment plays a significant role in your journey. The people you surround yourself with will either elevate you or hold you back. Choose your circle carefully. Surround yourself with winners, people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to become better. If your circle isn't making you stronger, it's making you weaker. Build relationships with those who hold you accountable and won't let you settle for less than your best. Finally, none of this matters if you fail to act. Overthinking is the enemy of progress. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown will paralyze you if you let them. Stop hesitating. Take bold, decisive action. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Action is what separates the strong from the weak. Courage isn't about not being afraid, it's about moving forward despite the fear. Becoming unbreakable is a lifelong process. It's built on discipline, accountability, mental toughness, and relentless action. It's about choosing to rise above your circumstances and refusing to let anything hold you back. The path is not easy, it's worth it. Each step you take toward becoming unbreakable is a step toward living a life of purpose and power. Now go, show the world what true strength looks like. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in this world, true strength begins with an unwavering commitment to accountability. To become unbreakable, you must take absolute ownership of every facet of your life, your successes, your failures, your choices, and even your circumstances. This concept is simple, yet it eludes so many. Why? Because most people would rather point fingers and shift blame than look in the mirror and face the truth. The truth is where your power lies. When you own your life completely, there's no room for excuses. The moment you say, "This is my responsibility," you take back control. You stop waiting for external factors to change and start creating the change yourself. Yes, there will be things you cannot control: the weather, other people's actions, unexpected challenges. But how you respond to these situations is entirely within your power. That response defines you. Think about this: every failure you've experienced has taught you a lesson if you were willing to learn. Did you fall short of a goal? Good. Now analyze why. Was it a lack of preparation, focus, or effort? The answers are rarely external, and that's not a bad thing. It's liberating, because when the responsibility is yours, so is the ability to improve. Blaming external forces leaves you powerless. Owning your actions gives you the keys to your success. Owning your victories is equally important. When you succeed, it's not luck. It's the direct result of the work you've put in, the decisions you've made, and the risks you've taken. Celebrate your wins because they remind you of your capacity to achieve. They're proof that accountability works, that taking charge of your life leads to tangible results. But accountability isn't just about what you do when things go wrong or right. It's a mindset that permeates every action. It's waking up every morning and asking yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goals? It's refusing to wait for someone else to give you permission, support, or motivation. You are the architect of your destiny, and every choice you make, big or small, shapes your future. There's power in embracing this philosophy. When you stop making excuses, you stop giving others control over your life. You become the driver, not the passenger. This shift in perspective is what separates the unbreakable from the ordinary. Accountability is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's your declaration to the world that you are in charge, that you are capable, and that nothing can hold you back. To practice absolute accountability, start small. Take responsibility for your daily routines. If you're not where you want to be physically, emotionally, or financially, don't blame your circumstances. Look at your habits. Are they serving you? If not, change them. The power is in your hands. If your relationships are strained, reflect on your actions. Are you communicating effectively? Are you showing up fully? Accountability isn't about self-criticism, it's about self-awareness and growth. As you master this principle, you'll notice something incredible. Life becomes simpler. Problems that once seemed overwhelming shrink because you realize you can tackle them head on. Excuses no longer clutter your mind. You stop wasting energy on things outside your control and start focusing on what you can do. And that clarity, that sense of purpose, is what makes you unbreakable. Accountability also earns respect. People admire those who take charge, who own their mistakes, and who don't shy away from challenges. Leaders aren't those who avoid responsibility. They're the ones who embrace it. When you hold yourself accountable, you set a standard not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You inspire others to rise to the occasion, to abandon excuses, and to take charge of their lives. This isn't easy. It's tempting to slip back into old habits, to deflect blame, or to let circumstances dictate your actions. Every time you choose accountability over excuses, you strengthen your resolve. You reinforce the mindset of someone who cannot be shaken, no matter what life throws at them. Becoming unbreakable starts and ends with you. No one else will do it for you. No one else can take responsibility for your life. The moment you accept that truth, you unlock a level of power and freedom that few people ever experience. You become unstoppable. So today, make a promise to yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming the world. Take ownership of your life, your choices, and your future. Stand tall and declare, "This is my life, and I am responsible for it." In that moment, you'll take the first step toward becoming unbreakable. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, mental toughness is the defining characteristic of anyone who seeks to become unbreakable. It's the invisible armor that shields you from doubt, fear, and the chaos of the world. Unlike physical strength, which is evident to the eye, mental toughness is forged in the unseen battles you fight every day. The moments of self-doubt, the pressure to conform, the urge to quit when things get hard. It is built in silence, away from the applause, and it shows itself not in grand gestures, but in your unwavering ability to persist, to endure, and to overcome. To cultivate mental toughness, you must begin by understanding one fundamental truth. Your mind is a battlefield, and every thought is either a weapon or a weakness. Thoughts, those filled with self-pity, fear, or excuses, are what hold most people back. They're the whispers in your head telling you that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable. But here's the thing, you don't have to believe them. Mental toughness begins the moment you stop accepting every thought as truth and start challenging the ones that limit you. Training your mind is no different from training your body. It requires consistency, effort, and deliberate practice. Every time you push yourself to do something uncomfortable, whether it's waking up early, working harder than you thought you could, staying calm in a stressful situation, you're strengthening your mental muscles. Resisting the urge to quit builds resilience. Facing your fears head-on builds courage. The more you test your limits, the more those limits expand until eventually what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. A key aspect of mental toughness is controlling your focus. The world is full of distractions. Most people allow their attention to be pulled in 100 different directions. This scattered focus weakens your resolve and clouds your judgment. To become unbreakable, you must learn to direct your focus like a laser, cutting through the noise and zeroing in on what truly matters. Whether it's a long-term goal, a challenging project, or simply the task in front of you, give it your full attention. When you master the art of focus, you gain the clarity needed to navigate even the most complex challenges. Equally important is the ability to stay calm under pressure. Life will test you. There will be moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. The weight of your responsibilities threatens to crush you. These are the moments that reveal your mental toughness. While others panic, you remain composed. Others react impulsively, you act with purpose. This calmness doesn't come naturally. It's something you cultivate by putting yourself in difficult situations and learning to manage your emotions. Emotional control is another pillar of mental toughness. Too many people are slaves to their emotions, reacting impulsively to every feeling of anger, frustration, or sadness. This lack of control makes them weak and easily manipulated. To be unbreakable, you must master your emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing them. It means acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. When you're angry, pause before you speak. When you're frustrated, take a moment to breathe. When you're afraid, remind yourself that fear is just an emotion, not a fact. By controlling your emotions, you gain power over your actions, and with that power comes freedom. Mental toughness also requires the ability to reframe challenges. Where most people see problems, you see opportunities. Where they see failure, you see lessons. This shift in perspective is what allows you to stay positive even in the face of adversity. It's not about ignoring the difficulties, it's about choosing to focus on what you can gain from them. Every setback becomes a chance to grow. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. With this mindset, you stop fearing challenges and start seeking them out because you understand that they are the key to your growth. Finally, mental toughness is about endurance. It's the ability to keep going when others have stopped, to persevere when the odds are stacked against you. This doesn't mean blindly pushing forward without rest. It means finding the balance between persistence and recovery. It's about knowing when to push yourself to the limit and when to step back, regroup, and come back stronger. True mental toughness is sustainable because it's built on a foundation of self-awareness and discipline. When you cultivate mental toughness, you become unstoppable. Challenges no longer intimidate you, they energize you. Fear no longer paralyzes you, it motivates you. You realize that no matter what happens, you have the strength to endure, to adapt, and to rise above. This is the essence of being unbreakable, an unyielding belief in your ability to overcome anything life throws your way. So I challenge you, start training your mind today. Embrace discomfort, face your fears, control your emotions, focus on your goals. Do this consistently, and you will discover that the limits you once believed in were never real to begin with. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, relentless ambition is the force that drives the unbreakable spirit forward. It's a fire that burns deep within, pushing you to rise above mediocrity and claim the greatness that's waiting for you. Without ambition, you are simply drifting, lost in a sea of good enough, settling for a life that doesn't even scratch the surface of your potential. But ambition doesn't settle. Ambition doesn't compromise. It demands more from you, more than you ever thought possible, and it keeps demanding until you either rise to meet it or fade into irrelevance. To harness ambition, you first have to give yourself permission to want more. Society has trained too many people to feel guilty about their desires, to apologize for dreaming big. But the truth is, ambition isn't greed. It's the refusal to settle for less than you're capable of achieving. It's a declaration that your potential is limitless and you're not going to let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. You have to believe with every fiber of your being that you are meant for more. Because if you don't believe it, no one else will. Ambition is restless. It doesn't allow you to sit still or get too comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of growth, and ambition knows that. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to confront your fears and weaknesses. It's not always pleasant, but it's always worth it. Every time you step into the unknown, every time you face a challenge head on, you grow stronger. You become sharper, tougher, and more capable. And with each victory, your ambition grows stronger too. But ambition alone isn't enough. It needs to be matched with action. You can dream all you want, but if you're not willing to put in the work, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. Relentless ambition means relentless effort. It means showing up every single day, no matter how tired or unmotivated you feel, and putting in the work. It means setting goals so high they scare you and then doing whatever it takes to achieve them. It means refusing to accept excuses from yourself or anyone else. Relentless ambition is also about resilience. The path to greatness is never smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But ambition doesn't falter in the face of adversity. It thrives on it. Every obstacle is a test, a chance to prove how badly you want it. When you're ambitious, failure isn't the end. It's just a step along the way. You learn from it, adapt, and come back stronger. You refuse to let anything stop you because you know that the only way to fail is to quit. Ambition requires clarity. You can't just want success or happiness. Those are too vague. You need to know exactly what you're striving for. What does success look like to you? What does your ideal life look like? Get specific. Write it down. Visualize it every day. The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to stay focused and motivated. Ambition without direction is wasted energy. Ambition with a clear goal is unstoppable. Surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial. Ambition is contagious, but so is complacency. If you're surrounded by people who settle for less, who don't push themselves, who make excuses, it will be almost impossible for you to stay ambitious. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, who challenge you, who inspire you to be better, your ambition will thrive. Seek out mentors, peers, even competitors who are at the level you want to reach or higher. Learn from them, emulate them, and let their energy fuel your own. Relentless ambition doesn't mean you never rest. It doesn't mean you burn yourself out or sacrifice your well-being. It means you work smart, not just hard. It means you're constantly finding ways to improve, to be more efficient, to get better results with less wasted effort. It means you understand the importance of balance, of taking care of your body, your mind, your relationships, because you know that true success is about more than just achievements. Above all, relentless ambition means never settling. No matter how much you achieve, there's always another level to reach, another mountain to climb. It's not about being dissatisfied, it's about recognizing that growth is a lifelong process. The moment you stop striving, you start declining. When you embrace ambition, when you commit to continuous improvement, you ensure that your best days are always ahead of you. Relentless ambition is the key to becoming unbreakable. It's the force that keeps you moving forward, no matter what. It's the mindset that refuses to accept limitations or excuses. It's the belief that you are capable of achieving greatness, the willingness to do whatever it takes to make that belief a reality. So fuel your ambition, nurture it, protect it. Let it drive you to become the unstoppable force you were meant to be. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, mastery of your emotions is not just a skill, it's a necessity for anyone who desires to become unbreakable. Emotions are powerful forces that can drive your actions, influence your decisions, and determine the course of your life. But here's the truth: emotions are meant to be felt, not to control you. The person who can control their emotions is the person who controls their destiny. Too often, people let emotions dictate their behavior. They react impulsively out of anger, shut down in sadness, or become paralyzed by fear. This lack of control is what keeps them weak and vulnerable. But when you learn to master your emotions, you become the master of your life. Mastery doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your emotions. It means understanding them, acknowledging them, using them to your advantage. When anger flares, for example, it's not a signal to lash out. It's an opportunity to channel that energy into action. Anger can be fuel if you let it, driving you to address what's wrong and make it right. Sadness, too, has its purpose. It can teach you empathy, reflection, and resilience. The key is to feel these emotions without being consumed by them. Fear is one of the most potent emotions you will face, and it's also one of the most misunderstood. Fear can either be a prison or a compass. It can paralyze you, stopping you from taking risks and pursuing greatness, or it can guide you, pointing out the areas where growth is needed. The unbreakable person uses fear as a tool, stepping into it rather than running away. Every time you face a fear, you diminish its power and increase your own. The courage to act in the presence of fear is the hallmark of true strength. Staying calm under pressure is another critical aspect of emotional mastery. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will come when you least expect them. In these moments, your ability to remain composed will determine your success. When others panic, you think clearly. When chaos erupts, you act with purpose. This calmness doesn't come naturally. It's something you develop by intentionally exposing yourself to stressful situations and learning to navigate them. Over time, you become unshakable, no matter what storms come your way. To master your emotions, you must first understand where they come from. Every emotion is tied to a thought. Those thoughts are shaped by your beliefs. If you believe you're powerless, you'll feel hopeless. If you believe you're in control, you'll feel confident. Changing your emotional responses starts with changing the way you think. Train your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, on opportunities instead of obstacles. The more you practice this shift, the more your emotions will align with your goals rather than work against them. Another essential part of emotional mastery is learning to pause. When emotions run high, the instinct is to act immediately, to say the words, make the decision, or take the step. But in those moments, a pause can be your greatest ally. Take a breath, step back, give yourself a moment to process. This pause allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotional impulses, giving you the power to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Your emotional state is also heavily influenced by your environment. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will absorb it. If you're constantly exposed to drama, stress, or toxic relationships, it will be nearly impossible to maintain control of your emotions. Protect your energy by creating an environment that supports your emotional well-being. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you constructively, and share your vision for growth. Finally, emotional mastery is a lifelong journey. There will be times when your emotions get the better of you. You'll lose your temper, feel overwhelmed, or doubt yourself. That's okay. What matters is how quickly you recover. Recognize those moments for what they are, opportunities to learn and grow. With every slip, you become more aware of your triggers and better equipped to handle them in the future. When you master your emotions, you gain a level of control that few people ever achieve. You become a force to be reckoned with, someone who cannot be provoked, derailed, or defeated by the whims of emotion. You act with purpose, think with clarity, and respond with strength. Mastery of your emotions is the foundation of an unbreakable life, and it is within your reach if you're willing to do the work. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, strategic networking is an essential tool for anyone aspiring to become unbreakable. It's not about collecting business cards or adding contacts to your phone. It's about creating meaningful connections that align with your vision, amplify your potential, and open doors you couldn't access alone. Your network is your net worth, not just in financial terms, but in the wealth of opportunities, knowledge, and support it can provide. The truth is, no one becomes successful in isolation. The most unbreakable people in the world have built their strength by surrounding themselves with others who challenge, inspire, elevate them. Building a powerful network starts with intentionality. You have to be deliberate about who you spend your time with. Too often, people let their relationships be determined by convenience or habit. They stick with the same circles, even when those circles aren't helping them grow. If you're serious about becoming unbreakable, you must seek out relationships that push you to level up. Find people who are where you want to be, people whose values, work ethic, and achievements you respect. These are the individuals who can show you what's possible and challenge you to rise to their level. But networking isn't just about what you can gain, it's also about what you can give. Relationships are built on mutual value. If you want people to invest in you, you must be willing to invest in them. That means showing genuine interest, offering help without expecting anything in return, and proving that you're someone worth knowing. People don't remember the person who simply asked for favors. They remember the person who brought value to their lives. Strategic networking also requires the courage to step outside your comfort zone. Reaching out to people who inspire you can feel intimidating, especially if they're more successful or experienced. But fear of rejection should never stop you. The worst that can happen is someone says no, and even then, you're no worse off than before. On the other hand, the potential rewards are limitless. One connection could lead to a new opportunity, a breakthrough idea, or a lifelong partnership. A crucial part of networking is communication. It's not enough to simply meet people. You have to connect with them on a deeper level. This means being an active listener, asking insightful questions, and showing genuine curiosity about their stories, goals, and challenges. People are drawn to those who make them feel heard and understood. The better you are at building rapport and establishing trust, the stronger your network will become. Consistency is another key to strategic networking. Relationships aren't built in a single meeting or through occasional contact. They require regular effort and nurturing. This doesn't mean overwhelming people with constant messages, but it does mean staying in touch, showing up when it matters, finding ways to remind people of your presence and value. A simple check-in, a thoughtful comment on their work, or an offer of support can go a long way in maintaining and strengthening connections. Strategic networking is also about diversity. Don't limit your relationships to people who think, act, or live just like you. The most powerful networks are those that bring together a variety of perspectives, skills, experiences. Diversity in your network will expose you to new ideas, challenge your assumptions, and help you grow in ways you never expected. It's through these differences that innovation and transformation happen. Lastly, remember that your network is a reflection of you. The people you surround yourself with will shape your mindset, influence your decisions, and impact your trajectory. If your circle is filled with negativity, complacency, or mediocrity, it will hold you back. But if it's filled with ambition, positivity, and excellence, it will propel you forward. Choose wisely, because your network can be either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Strategic networking isn't a one-time task, it's an ongoing process. As you grow, your network should grow with you. Keep building, keep nurturing, and keep striving to be the kind of person others want in their circle. When you do this, your network becomes more than a collection of connections. It becomes a source of strength, resilience, and opportunity that makes you truly unbreakable. Thank you. Fearless execution is the cornerstone of becoming truly unbreakable. It is the point where planning meets action, where ideas transform into reality, where dreams evolve into achievements. Many people spend their lives preparing, thinking, or strategizing, but never taking the decisive steps necessary to make things happen. Fearless execution is about cutting through the paralysis of overthinking and stepping boldly into action, even in the face of uncertainty, doubt, and fear. It's about understanding that perfection is a myth and that progress is always more valuable than procrastination. To execute fearlessly, you must first embrace the inevitability of risk. Every meaningful action carries with the potential for failure, criticism, or setbacks. The unbreakable person does not shy away from these risks. They accept them as part of the journey. They understand that hesitation only magnifies fear and that the fastest way to overcome uncertainty is to confront it head on. When you act boldly, you signal to yourself and to the world that you are ready to claim your place. This confidence fuels further action, creating a cycle of momentum and achievement. Execution also requires clarity of purpose. Without a clear understanding of what you want to achieve, your efforts will lack focus, and your actions will lack impact. Fearless execution begins with a precise goal, a vision that is both inspiring and actionable. It's not enough to want success. You must define what success looks like for you. The sharper your vision, the easier it becomes to align your actions with your aspirations. With this alignment, you can move forward with certainty, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to your ultimate objective. Fearless execution thrives on decisiveness. Indecision is the enemy of progress, and too many people get stuck in the limbo of what if they wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the assurance of success. But here's the truth: those moments rarely come. The unbreakable person acts in spite of the unknown, trusting that they can adapt and overcome as challenges arise. Decisions made with confidence, even if imperfect, are always better than decisions left unmade. Action creates opportunities, while hesitation allows them to slip away. Another critical component of fearless execution is resilience. No plan survives its first encounter with reality unscathed. Obstacles will arise, mistakes will happen, and unexpected challenges will test your resolve. Fearless execution is not about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure stop you. Every setback is a lesson, every mistake a chance to improve. The unbreakable person views these moments not as reasons to quit, but as opportunities to grow. They adapt, adjust, continue moving forward with the same determination as before. Fearless execution demands focus. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a superpower. It means shutting out the noise, ignoring the opinions of naysayers, refusing to be sidetracked by irrelevant concerns. Focus allows you to channel your energy into the actions that have the greatest impact, ensuring that your efforts are not wasted. It's about working smarter, not just harder, and staying committed to the path you've chosen. Confidence is another key element of fearless execution, and it is built through action. The more you do, the more capable you become, and the more your confidence grows. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. Action builds confidence, and confidence fuels further action. But confidence doesn't mean arrogance or ignoring feedback. It means trusting in your ability to figure things out, to handle challenges, and to learn from every experience. Fearless execution also requires a willingness to take ownership. You must take full responsibility for your actions, your decisions, and your results. This ownership means no excuses, no blaming others, and no deflecting responsibility. When you fully own your outcomes, you gain the power to influence them. You stop waiting for someone else to solve your problems or create opportunities for you. Instead, you take control and make things happen for yourself. Ultimately, fearless execution is about commitment. It's about deciding that you will see your vision through, no matter what it takes. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work and refusing to back down, even when things get tough. Commitment means staying the course, even when progress is slow, even when doubts creep in, even when others tell you it can't be done. It's this unwavering dedication that separates the unbreakable from the average. When you execute fearlessly, you take control of your life. You stop being a spectator watching from the sidelines and step onto the field, ready to play. You realize that action, even imperfect action, is always better than inaction. You become the driver of your destiny, not a passenger hoping for a smooth ride. Fearless execution is not just a skill, it's a mindset, a way of life that ensures you are always moving forward, always growing, and always rising to meet the challenges ahead. Thank you. In the end, becoming unbreakable is not about luck or talent. It's about mindset, discipline, and relentless action. It's about embracing ambition without apology, mastering your emotions to stay in control, building powerful connections that elevate you, and executing fearlessly no matter the obstacles. The unbreakable person doesn't wait for perfect conditions or easy paths. They create their own reality through unwavering commitment and unshakable belief in their potential. This journey demands courage, resilience, and a refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. So step into your power, own your path, and remember that becoming unbreakable is a choice you make every single day. Choose to be unstoppable because your future depends on it.